All right, we've got this from the Observer. This will be the longest bit from Meltzer. It's from the March 16th, 1998 Observer. On 3-5, there's a heated discussion between Chris Benoit and Raven regarding their program. Benoit apparently has had the idea in his head from many directions, since just about everyone sees it the same way, that Raven and Diamond Dallas Page were basically using him to have great matches, but making themselves the strong part and the main focus of the issue. When the plan was made that Benoit would interject himself in their title match, but wind up being laid out twice, first by Saturn's rings and second by Raven DDTing him on the guardrail, he got hot in the dressing room, whereupon Raven blamed the setup on Page. What do you remember about this backstage issue with Benoit?
None of this. I don't remember any of this.
So that sounds like some Meltzer fiction to me.
Yeah, it does sound like fiction. I think I'd remember that, or at least I'd have an inkling of it. And Benoit wasn't upset with anything, Like Benoit, he was happy because he was being used well, because he'd been getting buried before us, and then they buried him again right after us. Until he finally left, I guess, or until they had to, and I'm sure a lot of it probably had to do with Sullivan, and Nancy and all that. But, no, there wasn't any. And although Benoit didn't like me at first, and he didn't want to become friends, although we ended up becoming friends, but he didn't want to because he likes to not be friends with his opponents, especially if they're working a program like that, because then he doesn't feel guilty or anything for chopping the crap out of him and beating the crap out of him, because his chops are brutal. But, yeah, because I finally cornered him one night. I was like, "Why don't you like me?" I go, because it's not that I don't like you. He goes, and he explained what I just said. And then ever since that, we were totally cool,